you're filming now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Alright. Now I'll start. How I get my exercise. First of all, I turn on the bottom lights. With the bottom lights on, you can see the slits clearest. They're 1.5 millimeters. 1 millimeter wide, and there's 108 of them spiraling down the side to the bottom, with 12 slits in a single turn. Now I'll turn on the top lights and the motor. The motor has a 20-second ramp up before it gets up to speed. The sound of the motor is a lot stronger in this video than what I actually hear it. It's gradually coming up to speed. When it's at speed, it will be turning at 60 RPMs, which is 1 revolution per second, or 12 frames per second. We'd be running at speed by now. The videos see something quite different to what I see, or it's an approximation of what I see. The video has a sort of checkerboard effect, and that I don't see at all. There's also a sort of parallax distortion that's due to what I think is called the rolling shutter effect. What I see is a sort of central clear column. There are horizontal lines between the slits that spiral down to the bottom, and it darkens towards the sides.
Okay, now I'm trying to film fairly close. I'll now zoom the camera in. I've sort of tried to focus on the boots. It's very difficult to focus. I'm also trying to be careful not to bang the camera against the cylinder. I can actually touch it with my hands, it's not a problem.
The animated effect is produced by what's called persistence of vision. That's the same basic principle that's behind film or video. In fact, the Zoetrope is a precursor to film or video. It's from the 19th century. The most recent addition to the cylinder are these handmade aluminium alloy stunt scooter wheels. They make no noise whatsoever and have effectively reduced the noise of the cylinder by about 90%. It's a work in progress.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can try and follow these shoes. They're an 8-second cycle, an 8-second time lapse. And they spiral from the top down to the bottom, 108 pitches. And I'll try catching one of the shoes as it comes out of the babies, and just follow it down to the bottom. That's my fingers, you can hear. I'm just keeping my fingers just in front of the lens to make sure I don't bang against the cylinder of the lens as I do this. It's quite a tricky thing. Okay, now I'll try follow that one down. See how good we can get this. Aha, yeah. Okay, I'll just try that again. Okay, following it now. It's coming around the middle where the men, getting right down the bottom, down there. As I said, it's a time lapse. So up here, they're new. Now we'll just catch on this one there. Follow it down, and down there they're old. Down there they're worn out. The first thing you can manage to watch is the shoelaces. It's much easier to do without a camera, but just with your eye. Okay, follow this one. You can see the shoelaces as they're flicking around. And it's one picture a day. Well, in fact, in this case, I took just every 6th picture, so it would be roughly 1 picture a week. Okay, this sequence here This is what I call Man Falling Flying. It's actually 28 frames, like, you know, just tick over 1 second cycle out of a Leni Riefenstahl film, Triumph of the Will. And it's where a man has been thrown up in a blanket, sort of at a Volksfest, and he's wiggling around up in the air. It's just like a second taken out where he's wiggling up in the sky. And I've cut the man out away from the sky, it actually comes out of an earlier film of mine called Training Film, in which I'd sort of chemically sampled this fragment of film out from Leni Riefenstahl. And so this is a scan out of a chemically sampled, worked film from this old documentary film. The babies. Just sort of look at that for a while. They kind of go up and down 24 centimeters in a loop that keeps repeating itself every 4 seconds. And of course, there's 12 images of the baby, and the 12 images keep repeating themselves. So there's a loop of 12, a 1 second loop that keeps repeating itself in 4 seconds, moving up and down. Now, if you can understand that. The idea was just to simply put lots of baby images on top of each other. A sort of vague idea in my head was those sort of Baroque churches with cherubs and things. I mean, don't really look like a Baroque church of cherubs, but there is some sort of, I don't know, I'm really quite happy with it. It's the most abstract piece in it, I reckon. Okay, we'll move to another one now. This cycle here, that's a portrait of me taken in '88. Surely in some, you know, as my son was about the same time as the baby photos up the top. I'm just in the backyard of the house we lived in. It took about, I think it's 12 shots going around of myself, just holding the camera at arm's length. And I kept brushing my hair up while I was doing it. My hair was very long and lank and a bit oily and stuff. And here I sort of let it grow in and grow out. It's a little trick to cover the fact that that as you move around, keeping it synchronized, keeping it still, it actually has a little jump, but I cover the jump by making it grow in and grow out. So there appears to be still. It's kind of got a nice heartbeat sort of rhythm to it, I find. It works with the sound of the cylinder as well. The whole cylinder has these rhythms, these kind of heartbeat type rhythms, I find, or body, I don't know, just, well, they're machine noise, but I find they're very, I don't find them intrusive, I find them very meditative. The shoes in the background just sliding down. Okay.
Geht los. Ich gehe mal kurz ein bisschen näher ran.
just film now, Jana.
Habe ich schon, ich bin schon drin.
Oh, okay. Then I'll always pick whichever is most appropriate bit.